Amrit, rumour has it you are a CEO.
I have been told that.
The allegations.
Yeah, the allegations are true.
Do you go on holiday all the time?
All the time. I'm on holiday right now. It's, God, my kid, like, literally, it's terrible going on holiday with me because unless the phone is away, I'm in, and I find that really hard to switch off, actually. Which is something I'm working on. But no, I'd love to go on holiday all the time. I tell you, when I did used to go on holiday all the time, before kids, when I was a franchisee, amazing, epic,
Franchisees are on holiday.
They should be, if they get the system right and they get the whole thing flowing. I used to have a whole thing where I used to work my absolute backside off for about 2-3 months on the go, and then I used to take 2-3 nights away, and it was great. We used to do that regularly, and that I found that just helped recharge. Just being in a physical different place. Now, unfortunately, that is not the case because work is intense, and then also, I got 3 kids. So a holiday is not a holiday. There is no holidaying on holiday, right?
What's your favourite place you've been on holiday so far?
Oh, ever?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I really loved Japan.
Ooh,
I thought that was so cool. We went for a honeymoon and the food was amazing.
Sushi?
Oh, I mean, epic.
I do sushi.
We really do it. It was epic. It was just, and I thought the culture was amazing as well. I just thought I was too loud for them. So they were like, can you please leave? I was escorted to the airport. But it was just wonderful. I felt like it was almost like, it felt like a spiritual moment, so it was cool.
My next question is, what is a habit that has changed your life but is so boring nobody wants to hear about it?
That's a good question. Even I don't want to hear about it. Waking up early to go to the gym. Right, which it's mate, come on, it's 5 a.m. club. But yeah, truly, because I just felt like I was able to shift 10 kilos this year and be really active, and it's mentally made me more agile and energetic. But nobody wants to hear about it, right? And in fact, actually, I can't wait until my kids are teenagers and we're all just sleeping in and the neighbors are knocking on the door to check if we're all alive, So I hate waking up early, right? So, but yeah, that has really transformed my life. Because also it means that you then just catch a bit of the day. I can then voice note Anine with 7 million things that I need that day, and she loves it. She wakes up to a whole thing there. She's really into that, She's told me, please, could I send more, So
yeah, why do you voice note so much? Sometimes I'll get a note, you can't read a voice note, and I'll be like, it's 37 seconds. We're digging into something.
We're really getting in. Hi, Gina. Thank you. We're good. Thank you. Sorry.
You're supposed to do it in a...
No, it's okay. This is perfect. Thank you. That's very kind. Are you okay? Thank you. Yeah, it's nice and fresh, right? Yes. Cheers. Yeah. There you go. That's a bit CEO lifestyle. It's Gina from Gales. So that is tremendously boring, waking up early, but actually is really useful, I think. And why do I voice note so much? Because I find it too boring to text. It's like to use my thumbs and I'm very I'm very animated, right? And so I feel like a text message, it doesn't get the energy through, right? I just had a member of staff that messaged me just now, and it was a really lovely message, but I was like, I could text back, but she won't know how I feel about this in that text. But if voice notes, you'll really understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But I hate receiving voice notes, I've got to say. I never say it out loud to anyone, but I literally hate it. I listen to them on 2x. And my wife is like, how? What did that person say? I was like, yeah. I was like, you didn't hear that? I mean, that was so clear to me. And she's like, that surely cannot be good for your brain. I'm like, I need to move this quickly. They just text me with as few words as possible to tell me what's what, right? So,
Do you watch like Instagram Reels on the 2x speed? Or
it depends. I find if it's an American speaker, then I can go 1.75, maybe 2, because they speak at a slower pacing than us. With the UK, it's usually 1.5, 1.25. But I almost never watch anything at 1x because I'm like, I need to get through it, right?
Yeah.
I need to get through it before my kids come into the room like, Dad!
How do you get a decent like work-life balance? Big question, obviously, that which could be like an episode in itself. But like any quick fire tips for people?
I think about it differently. Well, I kind of think about it as a work-life integration.
Okay.
Which I mean, like, that's a LinkedIn post.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the way I kind of look at it is thinking, how does my whole life literally integrate, right? So my kids flow into the Wolfinch world, but at the same time, when I'm at home, they know, right, okay, Daddy's on a call, we're going to give him a minute, or Mummy's doing, her work piece. They ask me if I'm on a Zoom call, right, can I come in?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, yeah, great. This is internal team. No, this is, this is external. We can't. And so sometimes I'll come and give a wave to the team on Zoom or whatever, or they'll know like, oh, there's a conference and all of that kind of jazz. And but what was really lovely was actually the other day I came home and I was having a serious conversation, and it was like 4:00 and my daughters were walking through the door and they're like, how come you didn't come off the phone, Daddy? And I was like, well, it was quite serious. So, yeah, because usually you just get off it, right? And I'm like, yeah, because actually I'm like, that's the balance, right? The balance is my team know, well, he's doing school pickup or drop off, or he's got swimming, or he's got whatever with the kids there. But yeah, great, he could tune back in at 8 p.m., and he'll respond to us. And I think that's the point. It's got to kind of, COVID was really interesting. I was kind of working like that pre-COVID anyway. I think COVID was really interesting that people realize actually, you sort of center the whole thing. I think it's really important to carve out free time, he says, right? But I think it's really important to really carve that out and have some you time, do whatever. And so what you don't want to be doing is living at work. But I think, it needs to kind of work for you as well. With our team, I have no interest in knowing who's starting at 9 a.m. and finishing at 5. I'm like, let's get the thing done.
Yeah.
If you want to do it on Saturday and not do that on Monday morning, that's a you issue, right? Like, you're grown up, please sort it out, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's probably a piece with employers that needs to change with that. We can't have it both ways.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to ask, if I was single, how am I supposed to find the time to hit up Hinge and also work 9 to 5? Dating is like a full-time job anyway.
I mean, again, I'm probably the wrong person because my answer to everything is do the press-ups, man. So
Work faster.
well, yeah. Well, I met my wife before apps, right? So it was you had to put a shift in, right? You had to go out and you literally had to do door-to-door sales, and I literally remember I met my wife in a very romantic setting in a club, and moves on. I was like. Told her she was the most beautiful lady I've ever seen in my life, which is true. And then we started talking, whatever. And actually, it was really quite fun because she told me her name, which I thought was Krishna. Turns out it was Trishna, but it was a very loud club. Told me she was a dentist. She told me sort of the general area that she worked. I was like, cool. I gave my phone number, never expecting her to call. I was like, I can't ask for her number. I feel like we haven't built enough rapport here.
Coaching.
Yeah. So I'm like, we're not there yet. And so I give her my phone number. And I'm thinking, well, she's not going to call, right? She's too pretty to call. So I was like, how many dental surgeries could there possibly be in that area? And I phoned all of them with the wrong name, found the one that she worked at, and then waited 2 weeks, and then called, and then we spoke. And then, we started talking. She's like, sorry, I thought I thought Amrit was like it's like John Smith, a very common name.
Yeah.
And so she thought I was another dentist giving her a referral or something. And she's like, well, do you want to just take my number and let's just speak after hours? I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted in the first place. So I gave her phone number. I waited until like 7:30, thinking, well, she's probably had a dinner. She's finished 5 o'clock, And, it's all the strategy happening here. And so I phoned, she didn't pick up. I was like, damn it. I was like, okay, I'll just wait 48 hours and I'll try again. But a couple of hours later, she gives me a call. We're on the phone for like 3 hours. Wow, yeah. And I was like, well, this is great. And I was like, so let's meet up. She's like, no. I was like, pardon what? She's like, huh? No. Not interested in meeting up. Thank you very much. I was like, I'm not sure what conversation you've just been in. So we basically spoke every day, like texting, phoning, all of that for like 8 months. And then in the end, we eventually met. And then bam, it got super serious. And it was really quite fun. But what I would say actually, if it was today, in today's world, I think it really comes down to, personally, I'm not a fan of the apps, I've got to say, right? And I think that there's so much, it's too transactional.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
And it's like, well, what are you basing this on? Like, one Facebook picture or whatever the heck it is, right? Or whatever the kids are using now. It's a Facebook picture. That's my mum. What is she doing on Hinge? And so I think, for me, I think it would be literally, I think going back, and this is hilarious, there was an Economist article on this.
Okay.
And saying how actually, the de-digitalization of dating, and that really kind of needs to happen. And if it was me, I'd be going back to that and saying, well, what am I interested in? I'm interested in Pilates and whatever. Hey, you're right. I'm interested in Pilates and whatever. And I'm going to go to those classes and I'm going to meet someone that has like-minded interests to me in that place. But actually, it requires work. And, I think with everything, for me, everything in life just requires lots of work. Right?
Yeah.
If you put the work in, you'll find whatever. And so it's then being really organized with your time and then saying, well, this is my aim. Mm-hmm. As we've said in an earlier episode, this is my aim. This is what I'm trying to do. Here we go. I'm going to work hard, then I'm going to play hard, and then it's all going to work out.
Brilliant.
There'll be a happy ending somewhere.
That is dating 101.
There you go. Cheers. It's only been 15 years, but